So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costa Curta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them. And his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball, being almost as important as what he did at the back.
And that gets things running. Quality ball. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Cross into the box.
That's good defensive concentration.
Ambitious ball here. And this is Del Piero. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Del Piero was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And he's forced to go back. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Zanetti. Neither side especially adventurous early on. And they can counter here. Played out wide. And he's gone backward here. Looking for options for movement. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Opts for safety. Ribery. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's having a shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. Big header! No, he didn't quite meet it right. They've played it short, and it's Davids. And now they can spring out of defence. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Takes a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Filippo Inzaghi is offering a wry smile there.
Inzaghi! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Filippo Inzaghi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Milan have definitely started much the stronger. They're far more creative.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now, that looks a decent ball. It's a promising position. Cannavaro, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Seedorf. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Davids. Del Piero. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Ribery. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, they could break here. Oh, can he get onto this? Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Davids. Milan looking to pass their way through. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Just no time to dwell on the ball there. And it's Ribery. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Great ball, and he's in here. Up he goes! Decent enough try. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Osimhen. Now it's Ribery. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for the run.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And he's picked it up out wide. Now what about this cross? Cannavaro can get it clear. And we hit half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Here we go again.
Milan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Threads one in. Oh, good. And Ribery! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here, and it's made its way to him. Oh, smashing header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
It's a really well-measured ball. Fired deep towards the back post. Del Piero. Now Davids. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Probing pass. Oh, he couldn't quite make it. It's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, he was running and creating with too much freedom, so this type marking is not a surprise.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, they continue each to cancel the other out. Can he get it through? That's going to go a long way.
Attenzione, un cambio.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare.
Here's the header! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Osimhen is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And still, we await the first breakthrough. That has been slung wide. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, nice touch. Seedorf simply refused to be outdone there. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Osimhen. And it's Del Piero. Del Piero going face-to-face with his great rival. And he's well positioned. And the finish! And it's in! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Numero 13.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Shevchenko coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of go make a nuisance of yourself.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Shevchenko. Referee's given a throw. So here comes a substitution.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
And it's Shevchenko. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
An instinctive delivery. Costa Curta with the clearance.
Attenzione, la sostituzione.
A couple of changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Deep cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Milan leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Del Piero. Inzaghi providing an outlet on that flank. Time for a change in personnel.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Numero 21. Lascia il campo per il numero 15.
Shevchenko. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Out towards the flank. Shevchenko! He scored! And this is getting better and better. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Milan could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Zanetti. And it's been given away. They get a throw-in. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. And here's Nzola, and he's had a hit! Oh, that was a brilliant save. And there goes the final whistle. Milan are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them. Filippo Inzaghi claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Milan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So, Jim, this is a relatively unfamiliar formation, but who are the key players within it?
Yeah, I'd say the advanced midfielders, Peter. They're going to have to do all the jobs of, say, a number 8 and a number 10, and an auxiliary striker, if you like. They have to do a lot of the pressing, carrying the ball forward, as well as making sure that the lone man up front doesn't get isolated. Effectively, they're the space invaders in the team.
There's the whistle. Now, Stefano Fiori, Jim, he was a key player for the Azzurri, was he not?
Yeah, he's always been a very accomplished playmaker, Peter, and a good mixture of creativity and pragmatism when it's needed.
Explain more.
Well, it's not always that a player so technically gifted boasts such an excellent work rate.
No, absolutely not. Oh, delightful ball. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Played out towards the right wing. It's a really well-measured ball. That's good play. And the shot! Ronaldinho. Now it's Osimhen. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Guendouzi. Ambitious ball here. Neatly clipped into space. Couldn't squeeze it through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Zalewski. Inzaghi! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Goes looking wide.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Great vision. Zalewski. Davids. Here's Cannavaro. He shifted it to the flank. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Nicely spread. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Spread it left. Delivers the ball. Big header! Goal! There is the breakthrough! It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and read it perfectly.
Numero 9.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced.
It's Inzaghi! He is world-class! Pippo Inzaghi! A finish right from the top draw! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Davids, Cannavaro, and it's Zanetti.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Ball's gone out of play. Zalewski. Davids!
Oh, the ball's run loose.
Oh, he's been caught napping. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Pescara looking to pass their way through. That's a good ball out wide. Zalewski. Looking to play him in. This looks promising. He's gone for goal! Oh, screamer! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Gol per il Milan.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Milan come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Milan are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. And we're underway again. Fiore. Now it's Inzaghi. Little pass back. Now it's Zalewski. And it's Davids. Ronaldinho. And he's forced to go back. That's Zalewski. And he's managed to get free. And he welcomes it in. Osimhen! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that has been knocked clear. Well, that's a clever-looking ball. And he gets rid in a hurry. And it's Ronaldinho. That's Zalewski. Shapes to shoot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Tries to play it through. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. Threads one in. Oh, well played, well played. Now it's Osimhen. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Spread out to the left. That's Zalewski. Tries to pass it through. And he's on a charge. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Osimhen producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Hernandez. That's Cannavaro. Zanetti. Fiore.
Such good technique.
Zalewski. Shot, surely! Oh, special! That is a special goal! About as smooth as it gets! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 9.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Filippo Inzaghi. And it's Zalewski. He's dribbled past his man here. Ronaldinho. Oh, shooting chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. That is his ton, and does he not know it? Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Milan grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Out to the left it goes. Milan are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Can he get on the end of this? Swept in. The referee has given a corner. They've played it short. Cross goes in there, and he's cleared it back out. Big chance! Zanetti tries to clear. Cross flung in towards the middle. In again.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Rafael Leao is onto this. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Milan have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Shevchenko, this guy undoubtedly the centre of attention here for more reasons than just one. This is his 300th game.
Well, Peter, I can't attest to this personally, not having made it to that many appearances myself, but you only need to look around to see not just how much it means to him, but everyone that's here and beyond. This is a huge moment.
La formazione del Milan. Il numero 12, Dida. Il numero 2, Danilo. Il numero 6, Seedorf. Il numero 80, Ronaldinho.
And that gets things running. Francisco Conceição and Bremer. Kelly. Bremer. Conceição. That has been slung wide. An instinctive delivery. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Thuram was in no mood for any of that. McKennie. Looking to play him in. Decent chance! They've played it short. Now it's Yildiz. That is lovely. Hangs one in. And he can clear it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Seedorf. Hops for safety. Swung over. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
He's in plenty of space here. Oh, that's fabulous. Whistle's gone, that's foul. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Thuram is there, and he can get that clear. McKennie. Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. Rafael Leao. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Yildiz. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Kalulu kept his eye on it, and he's there. He won't be happy with that one. Ronaldinho. Here's Rafael Leao. He is through here. Davids. Rafael Leao. Thuram. Yildiz. Turns back here, probably the best option. Now, can they get him away? And it's Thuram. And that was nowhere near his best. Davids. No way through. Thuram. Passing is crisp and sharp. And the shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Francisco Conceição clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And it's been taken short. Cross to the back post.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Ball's played through. Oh, that's clever. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Kelly. And Kalulu. Locatelli. Osimhen. Yildiz. And it's Cambiasso. He has found the way through. Big chance! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Fiore. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. And that's gone loose. Rafael Leao showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Thuram. And it's Conceição. Tries to pass it through. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Francisco Conceição really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
McKennie, oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's forced to go back.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
And that's gone behind for a goal kick. And it's half-time here. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. It's the start of the second half.
Milan really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Thuram. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That's a delicate pass. Yildiz unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. McKennie. Conceição. Now it's David. McKennie. In with the challenge. Osimhen.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Locatelli. And it's McKennie. Turns back here, probably the best option. And Kalulu. Bremer. And Kalulu. McKennie. Now that looks a decent ball. Conceição. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Ronaldinho. That ball looks a good one. Now it's Osimhen. He's found the way through. Shoots! He's got a goal! The breakthrough strike! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Ronaldinho. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
The ball has bounced loose now. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Rafael Leao. And that was very necessary. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, it looks like they just want to introduce a new focal point to the attack.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Rafael Leao is onto this. Cleared without hesitation. Great ball, great chance! He scored! What a moment for the triple centurion, for one of this team's favourite sons. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Milan have scored 2 quick goals here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Locatelli. And it's McKennie. Thuram. Now Kelly. And it's Locatelli. Yildiz. Looking for the run. McKennie. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Looking tidy in possession here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And this is Shevchenko. Aimed beyond the defence. Chance for a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And the lead is extended still further. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Milan find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 21.
Milan making consecutive changes here. And the break in play means they can now affect their change. Terrific header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Kelly kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. And it's Ronaldinho, and there's green grass ahead of him. Now this could be a chance. And they've been given a corner. McKennie can get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. Oh, good-looking ball. Now, what about a counter-attack? Cambiasso. Yildiz. And that's another good win of the ball. The referee's awarded a free kick. Yildiz! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's McKennie. And it's made its way to him. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And that has been clubbed away. Kelly. And Kalulu. And it's Thuram.
Ci saranno
Kelly.
5 minuti di recupero.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Chance here to counter. Davids. Ronaldinho. And this is Ronaldinho. Well, who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Milan are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. He got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard. And I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in. And, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
Locatelli. Now Thuram. Kalulu. And it's McKennie. And time is up, and there goes the whistle. Milan can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.